Over the last few weeks, we've taken you from your very first subscriber to your very first play button. Now, there's just one more step. A couple of facts about this here play button. First of all, it's not made of gold, it's made of brass. Having said that, it's a lot heavier than you might think, and it's clearly not designed for IKEA shelving. This is all very fascinating, of course, but do you want to know what the most interesting thing is? It's not the only thing you get at 1 million subscribers. So how do you get 1 million YouTube subscribers? Well, we now, of course, can speak from experience, but I do want to stress this. Reaching such an incredible landmark is very much dictated by personal experience, the individual journey that creators and their team have been on. The way we've reached 1 million subscribers is very different from every other creator, because to do it requires an incredible amount of time, perseverance, failures, experiments, and so many decisions that no path to 1 million subscribers will ever be the same. So in this video, we're going to show you how vidIQ got 1 million subscribers. It may not be the best way, it may not be the quickest way, but somehow we made it. But it all starts with, well, yeah, just how rubbish we were at getting 1 million subscribers. To date, more than 8.5 million people have pressed the subscribe button on the vidIQ channel, but 500,000 of those have subsequently pressed it again and unsubscribed. Had no one ever unsubscribed from the vidIQ channel, we would have got our gold play button over a year earlier than we did. Look, I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no way to sugarcoat this in any way, shape or form. Subscribers are incredibly fickle. A large proportion of subscribers will often watch one of your videos for a minute and say to themselves, yeah, this is pretty good, subscribe to it. 45 seconds later, they close down the video and never watch another thing from your channel ever again. And even more subscribers simply stop watching. And when that happens, you get it in the ear from the classic YouTube troll.
This channel's got 1 million subscribers and it's only getting 20,000 views. Why should I watch them?
The truth is, this happens to all channels. I mean, PewDiePie has 111 million subscribers, and yet less than 5% of them watch his videos on a regular basis. And this isn't to shame PewDiePie in any way, it's just how YouTube works. In fact, we've got a lot to thank PewDiePie for. You see all of these huge spikes in subscribers? Yeah, they all came from our slightly excessive coverage of the PewDiePie vs T-Series subscriber race that went on for about 6 months. Yeah, we gained a lot of subscribers from that, even though they had little to do with YouTube education. But hey, we learned a lot from it, and when we returned to YouTube education content, we gained a lot more daily subscribers than we did before. The truth is that over time, you change as a creator, as do the watching habits of your viewers. You're not going to keep everybody happy all of the time. Yeah. I know I mentioned this earlier on in the series, but return viewers really are a better measure of current channel size and whether or not your channel is growing. In order to keep this number climbing, viewers have to actually come back to your content. Subscribers don't. In fact, when subscribers stop watching your content, they tend to do absolutely nothing, including unsubscribing. So why do they unsubscribe at such an alarming rate on the vidIQ channel? We'll get back to that one, because first of all, we need to talk about luck. Now, I have to admit, the vidIQ YouTube channel has had a fair amount of luck, but not in the way you think. I don't think we've been lucky with the algorithm, which is what many people accuse YouTube of being. I believe we've deserved every view we've earned because the audience has decided to watch our content. And we've kept people watching our videos for long enough to convince YouTube to promote our content nearly 1 billion times. But what I will say is that we were lucky with timing. A lot more people started to take YouTube a lot more seriously in the mid-2010s when YouTube brought reliable, lucrative, and relatively untapped revenue-making opportunities to individuals. And a lot more people started making YouTube channels because early adopters had proven it was possible to create a business and earn a very decent living from it. Aspiring creators were passionate about what they wanted to say and very hungry to learn whatever they could to gain an edge. much like they are today. But back then, YouTube education as a video topic on the platform itself was very underserved. There were only a handful of creators who dedicated their channel to YouTube education to teach an audience of millions. Many of us who are full-time creators today can trace their education back to Tim Schmoyer and Dara Leaves. They're both still around, by the way, and very, very successful at what they do. They just don't post that much anymore on YouTube and cater to a very different creator audience these days. Fast forward to today, and there are still millions of creators who want to know how to grow their YouTube channels, but now there are hundreds, if not thousands, of talented educators with the experience and skills to do just that. I know I refer to these two quite a bit, but there's a reason why Ed from Film Booth and Nate from Channel Makers have earned over 100,000 subscribers in the last year with their own YouTube education channels. They know their stuff and they are incredible at communicating it with their audience. I'll be honest with you, as I always am. I don't think if I started a YouTube education channel today, I'd be able to replicate this. The competition for YouTube education views is both massive and fiercely competitive. Like I said, sometimes timing is everything. Or to put this all another way, this is why it's incredibly hard to start a video game Let's Play channel, or an iPhone tech channel, or a Bitcoin channel, or a family vlog channel. At this point on YouTube, it's all been done a million times before. To be successful on YouTube, you either need to be one of the first, one of the best, or offer a completely different perspective to a video topic. But to truly become one of the YouTube elite, you need to be great at all three. And although it often might not look like this to the viewer, obtaining 1 million subscribers is very rarely achieved by just an individual. Of course, you see me most of the time and my face is plastered across the channel banner, but don't forget Dan and his contributions. Fun fact, his very first video on the vidIQ channel has well over 1 million views, and we even worked out that he's personally responsible for over 50,000 subscribers, and he loses a lot less subscribers than I do. That's a little worrying. We have a rolling cast of channel auditors, including Travis, Jeff, Viper, and all of our vidIQ partners. The social posts on Twitter and Instagram, I don't do any of them. And can you remember this vidIQ intro?
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
I didn't make that. It's not even my voice.
vidIQ.com.
Nah. As your channel grows and you start to earn a sustainable income, you don't have to do everything yourself. In fact, you probably shouldn't. Especially the things you hate. You can definitely outsource them. The thing most YouTubers wish they had more of is time. For small creators, this is pretty obvious when they're juggling a full-time job along with their new passion. Now, yes, if you are able to turn this passionate hobby into a full-time career, you get a lot more time. But you still want to maximize that time to what you do best. So if you love filming but you can't stand editing, spend money on somebody who can do it for you so you get that time back. And you know what? If we want to grow vidIQ well beyond 1 million subscribers, we're going to have to do this as well. We need more help. Stay tuned for that. But anyway, back to why we lose so many subscribers. Let me answer that and let me show you this. The vidIQ channel gets a disproportionately large number of subscribers from the channel page and other sources, but it also loses a lot of subscribers from those same sources. And the reason for that is vidIQ itself. Just in case you didn't know, we have an incredible set of YouTube growth tools that 2 million people actively use, and millions more have downloaded in the past decade. And for years, new users have all been fed through this workflow. Oh, would you look at this? It's a letter from Susan congratulating us on 1 million subscribers. Ain't that nice? By the time you reach 100,000 subscribers and beyond, it's very likely that you already have an established presence beyond YouTube. And obviously, you're going to leverage all of your platforms, right? You're going to send people from YouTube to your emailing list. You're going to send people from your website to YouTube. For vidIQ, it's the same thing. We just have a very powerful other platform to send people to YouTube. But it's also a double-edged sword. Most of those people who press that subscribe button from the workflow haven't necessarily ever watched a vidIQ video. And that means that the value of that subscriber is very questionable. In reality, a view or several views from a single user should always come before the subscription. And so when you reverse engineer it, this is what happens. A lot of lost subscribers. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with this strategy. After all, we got the play button and we got the letter. But how valuable are those subscribers to our content? As I said earlier, this is our journey to 1 million subscribers, which will differ greatly from the next million subscriber channel. And don't forget, this is one of the reasons why we're here in the first place, to practice what we preach. The vidIQ tools have helped the vidIQ YouTube channel to reach 1 million subscribers. We can provide you with 50 video ideas every single day. We can turn keywords into popular search-based questions that people are looking to answer every single day on YouTube. We can compare your thumbnails to the best performing ones on YouTube, and if you're stuck for a click-worthy title, we can instantly generate as many as you need. I used this tool recently to get a 1 of 10 video. This is the other side of our promotional endeavors. We're sending you from the YouTube channel to the vidIQ software. Go on, download it. It really does make a difference. And it's free. But having said all of this, I'll tell you now, the biggest reason why the vidIQ channel has hit 1 million subscribers is simply because we never gave up. Now, I know this sounds pretty cliched and easy to say, but to actually do it is really, really difficult. And you as a creator should know this to a certain extent. Let's put all of this into perspective. When I made my first video for the vidIQ channel, we had just 1,200 subscribers. On day one, that video 5 years ago got 566 views. No doubt that was a start, but it was a long way from where we are today. Since then, there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of YouTube education channels that have sprouted up. 90% of them, if not more, have vanished because they all quit. But we didn't. We still haven't, and we have no intentions of doing so. We continue to turn up, week in, week out, without fail. We started out with 1 video a week, then 2 videos a week, a live stream, 2 live streams, YouTube stories, YouTube shorts, YouTube community posts, foreign language channels, and so on and so on. And you know what? Even after over 1,000 videos, we still turn up and we still have something to say. That is the very essence of YouTube. But it's a hard thing to do. We've been there when hardly anybody was subscribing to our channel and hardly anybody was watching our videos. But we knew this wasn't impossible because we'd already seen pioneers such as Tim Schmoyer and Dara Leaves succeed. So we weren't about to quit. The truth is, wherever you are in your YouTube journey, whatever struggles you're going through, whatever feelings of failure you have right now, I can guarantee that every single successful YouTube creator on the platform has felt exactly the same way as you at some point in their journey. If you ever have doubts, here's what I recommend you do. Take a look at one of those creators who inspires you, or one of the largest creators in your video space. Go to their channel and sort the video list by oldest, but don't watch their oldest videos. Go 50 to 100 videos into their YouTube journey.
What's up, guys? Before I go on a mini rant, which I'm about to, I'm going to touch on the gameplay real quick. This is a free-for-all on Sovereign.
At that point then, they were just like you are today, still figuring out YouTube, still figuring out who they want to be on YouTube, still literally 1 million subscribers away from being the finished article, if there is one. From having never used a video camera in my life, it has taken me over a decade and more than 2,000 YouTube videos to reach 1 million subscribers. With all of the education and resources at hand, you can do the same, and probably a lot quicker. Very simply put, I quit is not in the YouTube dictionary. Now, I do have a bit of a confession for you. When you reach 1 million subscribers, you don't actually get this. You get a paper version of the letter. and it's not personalized in any way, shape or form. But interestingly, what you do get in this rather enormous YouTube box is one of these. YouTube only gives out one award per channel, so this website allows creators to purchase more awards for their team, and these special framed and plated letters for both silver and gold awards. The most interesting thing here is that the framed plated letter differs from the paper letter. So what I recommend you do is rewind this video 10 seconds and play it back at 0.25 speed. So you can read it and we get enormous amounts of watch time. Oh, and if you're curious to know how much they cost, these are $50, whereas one of these is $450 before tax and shipping and handling. But in all seriousness, all of this isn't achievable without one crucial element: the community. In other words, you. Whether you've subscribed or not, the fact that you're watching this video means that you're supporting this channel. And you're supporting this channel because we give you value. And whether you are trying to get your first subscriber, your 1,000th subscriber, your 1,000,000th subscriber, it pretty much boils down to that. Make content your audience wants to watch. If you do that, and you have a little bit of patience, YouTube will take care of the rest. Now, I appreciate that 99% of those watching aren't even close to 1,000,000 subscribers. So first of all, thanks for watching this video. But if you do want to watch some tips, tricks, strategies and advice which are really going to help you out pretty much no matter the size of your channel, then check out the ultimate guide to growing your channel on YouTube right here. Thanks for watching. Take care.
What rubbish has vidIQ uploaded today? Ugh.